It's September. The last Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer was on June 5th, 3 months ago. We have absolutely no bearing for what is going on in the current Pokemon news cycle, and I don't think global events have anything to do with it, just that the DLC is really weird. Like, even though we were getting our summer quote-unquote Pokemon game, we only had a few trailers leading up to it, and now, compared to what this should be for a main series Pokemon game, we have no information. We don't even have a release date, which is really weird. Meanwhile, if we remove ourselves and go 3 years back, we've already figured out Dusk Lycanroc from anime teases and merchandise, but now it looks like the merchandise is becoming relevant again, and there's also some other interesting teases for Pokemon news that are going on, so we got a pretty significant news update. If you end up enjoying the video, don't forget to leave a like, share the video with your friends, even though I don't think anything's going to really bring people back in except for like a major Pokemon announcement, but I mean, it's just so weird right now. Steel-type Pokemon month came and went, and there wasn't the Melmetal event, like the Gigantamax Melmetal event. That seems like it was supposed to be the big thing. No, we haven't even got an announcement for news. Like, get ready, trainers, later this month, we'll have more to show about the Crown Tundra. Like, they could announce something 2 weeks in advance, and that would still feel better than what we have going on right now. And another weird thing is that the Players' Cup happened. Players' Cup is effectively Worlds. That's a good time to make an announcement for the upcoming Pokemon game or DLC. We didn't even get that. So that leaves us with this. The streaming of the Pokemon Korea Invitational Tournament also promises surprise news, and it's going to be on September 5th. Problem: that's on a Saturday, and we pretty much never get Pokemon news in the weekend. Like, I think maybe there's like a weird thing with Gamescom, and also that does kind of like line up with Pokemon Worlds if it's like the Sunday final event thing, but it's also just the Korea Invitational. Maybe Japan Championships. That's where we could get some Pokemon news expected. Also Pokemon Worlds, or maybe the Players' Cup, something like that. But nah, now Korea, they're going through their thing. They have some kind of news. We don't know what it is, but it's most likely not related to the DLC. Especially because, like, there would be some kind of DLC symbol here from what we've seen from, like, the other trailers, the other website updates, the other news and stuff like that. And they've also announced this. This is not their surprise announcement, but much like with the Amoonguss, they have a code that's going to happen to get a King's Rock. I don't think King's Rock is that valuable. Actually, let's see how easy it is to get in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah, you get a freebie one on Route 8, and there's a chance that Wild Hawlucha can have it, but the biggest thing is you can craft it in the Cram-O-Matic. So I don't really see too much value behind the King's Rock, unless we're getting like some really weird stuff going on, because King's Rock, that's related to Slowking. I don't see why else the item would have any value or significance, unless they're like going to tie this in with the Galarian Slowking reveal. But that's going to be completely different items and completely different Pokemon, stuff like that. But maybe that's it. I think that's the only thing we can expect from this. I'd be down with that. Like, we could use a little bit of a Pokemon teaser right now. We don't have to have a full-on trailer. They could just say, like, hey, check out the latest information about the Crown Tundra DLC. Give us a website update that's something like one of these pages, like the new adventuring features. Do this for the Crown Tundra, let us see a bit more about the game, and I'm okay with that, and then we get a new Pokemon reveal, and there's a little bit extra to break down. I think that's going to be kind of cool, but as it stands right now, we don't even have that. We don't really have anything going on right now, and I'm not sure. Like, maybe that ties together, and this is like a neat little teaser. We'll find out. Maybe it's some cool information, even if it isn't related to like Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC. It could just be like a cool Pokemon announcement. Nowhere else has advertised it, which is also kind of strange, but at least it's a thing. We'll find out in a few days. I think the big thing to talk about right now, though, is what is going on with the Pokemon merch, because we are getting the teases like we've seen in the past, but it's not about new Pokemon. It's just about really cool things that could be happening in the anime, because right now, Ash is building his dream team, and he could just straight up get a legendary Pokemon. Even though now him getting, like, mythicals and stuff is more standard, let's just see what's going on. The purple Pokeball can be a sign of a legendary joining Ash's team. Zacian is my bet, anime Pokemon, and yeah, so it's starting to build up. Now we're getting into like the intense part of the Pokemon anime, which is also kind of weird with like how they're wrapping it up. Well, they're not necessarily wrapping it up. They're still going on their adventures. They're still doing all kinds of things, but they're getting a lot of big stories out of the way, and this was a recent teaser that we had. Also, we had this that happened in the intro. So I mean, like classic anime intro kind of soft spoilering things. Lucario and Cinderace confirmed the Pokemon Travel anime in the opening, and also Eternatus shenanigans are about to go down. So of course, Go, his Score Bunny, now Raboot, is evolving into Cinderace. Lucario, again, Ash putting together the dream team. That's what we're seeing right here. So this is the merchandise that's kind of like got people a little interested right now. Gengar, Lucario, and then, oh, hey, wait a second, Sirfetch'd, he's gonna get a Farfetch now. So yeah, like this is going to be kind of ahead, but then Ash is going to have some really cool merchandise coming up. And even if it's temporary, I think it still makes sense for Ash to get it as a part of a product promotion. And he's even had like crazy Pokemon temporarily, like with the Poipole. So yeah, no rules apparently when it comes to Pokemon anime. There's also a few other things going on. We have this promotional material showing off Zacian, Zamazenta, and then we also have some other figures that tie in with what's going on in the story, or like what's coming up with the story, as well as what's going on with Ash and Friends and Ash and Company and stuff. So yeah, we got the legendary Pokemon. They're getting their little finger figures, and Cinderace is coming out soon. Also, we can just kind of go to the Takara Tomy website. We've used this before to kind of get an idea of what's going on with Pokemon merchandise. Generation 8 and all these collections are kind of coming through really cool. Got Ash's Pokemon team. Well, not with the Yamper. We got Ash's Pokemon team. And then starter evolutions. This is going to be coming out next month in October. Scroll down to the legendaries, Eternatus. So there are like those little bits and pieces that are coming together. It's like, okay, this makes some sense. But this is also like kind of big deal stuff. November is going to happen. Crown Tundra is going to come and go, and the next thing you know, we're dealing with like the next big Pokemon main series game announcement, Pokemon Snap 2. So like, yeah, this is actually, even though we don't have any news, the rest of the video game news, like even though we don't have video game news, the rest of the Pokemon franchise is actually just kind of rolling along as it has in the past in a pretty expected kind of way, which is kind of interesting. Looking at Ash's team right now, like it's already almost complete and mad stacked. Dragonite, that was hype. Riolu from the egg, which was already like that had its own merchandise and that had its own things leading up to it, but everything wasn't really as exciting as it was years ago with like the DLC and the Pokemon news, so I didn't really cover it. But it's like, yeah, this ending up as Lucario, this fully evolving into Sirfetch'd, that all makes sense. Final temporary slot here, like we've seen with all these other crazy things in the past, released, the Naganadel, all these other crazy things. Nebby, wow, I actually didn't even pay attention to Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Ash getting Nebby. I haven't seen anyone talking about how that kind of comes together. Like, if this is going to be similar to what they did for the last series in the Pokemon anime, to where it's like, yeah, he officially gets recognized as having the legendary Pokemon to fight the evil. Good thing I scrolled down to find this. Does make sense. So, I mean, seems definitely in the realm of possibility, and that'd be pretty cool. And then we'll see kind of where it goes from there. Actually, it doesn't look like it's like officially caught by him, but still recognized in some kind of way. So this actually could be bigger than just Nebby, where it's like, oh yeah, he actually catches Zacian, and then it's going to really feel like the Pokemon Sword and Shield story. Then that's like the end of the story. Maybe the DLC gets some kind of representation in the Pokemon anime, kind of tie everything together, and then we just move on. So at least, like I said, like things are progressing. That's cool. Once we start getting like real Pokemon news again, we might be dealing with some really nice stuff. So like, yeah, I think we're in an okay place. Of course, everyone wants more news. Everyone wants more like communication with the Pokemon company, especially a follow-up on the Pokemon Presents, more on Pokemon Snap, more on Pokemon Unite, especially with how big of a project that's supposed to be. Pokemon Masters EX is having its own hashtag debacle right now, and we're just kind of like having the rest of the games play out. So, I mean, once this drops, I think we'll kind of be on better footing. Everything will make a bit more sense. This is kind of a shame that the DLC is really quiet and doesn't have really any hype around it right now for the Pokemon news. It's like, wow, a new game Pokemon website hasn't been updated in 3 months. Feels bad. And other things that would make sense don't seem to be making sense right now, but at least we do have like some common ground that we're used to in the past. It's kind of come together. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.